Hey guys, Everman22 here. Going to give you the Eldar Doctrine recommendations and as well as explanations. Start with this one. Rift Blast. Wraith Guard fires less stable shots from the Wraith Cannon, cause weapon and temper doing normal instead of arm piercing damage. Yeah, that's anti-infantry instead of anti-armor. That's actually really good. It lets your Wraith Guard be more versatile, because armor piercing doesn't do a lot against infantry, usually. And as you saw, they just completely destroyed Space Marines. That's pretty decent. Teleport beacon. That's the Dark Reapers. Give me 1 second to check something. No, I didn't think so. No, those are just regular units, Dark Reapers. It's not worth it. Like, to use this in any, like, if you're an average, if you're an average strategy game player, you're not going to have the, what's it called, capabilities to properly utilize this. To properly utilize this, ideally you get a bunch of Dark Reapers. You put a bunch of beacons in the same place, or multiple beacons in different places, and then when you see your enemy attacking them with like a small force, you teleport immediately back, and then you destroy them essentially. Usually around resource points. Actually, never mind. I was gonna say you generally don't have the, the APM to do that sort of thing. And maybe you don't. It's something I'd practice if I was gonna actually do that. It's kinda good, but at the same time, Dark Reapers are just regular infantry units. Like, if it was an elite, it'd be obviously you'd get that. I mean, it's a Wraith Knight command. I guess I'd get it. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Nice. Dark Reapers, as I recall, are good against heavy infantry. All right, Taldir's command, deflecting strike. This is good. Becoming invulnerable and reflecting projectiles is really good against, especially for the Howling Banshees, who are melee units. I recommend this. And look at the range. The range is really high too. Let's see what else. Rohan's command, Shadow Step. Does it have to be one stealth cover? Looks like it has to be within stealth cover. That's kind of useless on some maps. There isn't a lot of stealth cover on some maps. It was like the 1v1 map I played on had like 2 areas of stealth cover. That was it. And those are both near a requisition point, so that's kind of useless on that map. It's really map specific, I'd say, which makes it useless unless you're using that map that has a lot of stealth cover. Matt Good's command, enhanced battle focus. We just speed with drain shields. Increases attack speed with drain shields. It's really only good in this scenario. In the scenario this video is showing, it's really only good in this scenario where you manage to separate like a vehicle from its main force, and you just you mow it down really quickly. This is the only scenario I see this being worth it. Otherwise, your Wraith Guards just get annihilated. Either that, or you get a bunch of melee units in front to use a meat shield for the Wraith Guards, and then use it. It's kind of risky, but it can pay off. So. I wouldn't recommend it, but I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say against it. You just gotta be smart with it, and then you'll be fine. You should be fine. Let's see next. Improves skimming. Doesn't stack with feet of foot. No, this isn't worth it. You already have already have a movement ability with all Eldars, but that's right there. It's fleet of foot. It's for almost all Eldar infantry. You don't need another one, and it doesn't even stack with it, so no. Gives a shield of Shadow Specters. By how much? Doesn't tell you percentage. It's not very good. The amount of information it gives me here isn't useful at all. It just says increases shield. It doesn't say how much. It didn't say what percentage base, whether it increases the shield regeneration as well as the shield. So I can't recommend this really. Unless you're going Shadow Spectre heavy. So in which case, yeah, use it as much as you want. I don't really care. But I am not going to be using it. Ranges and stealth can increase speed. This lasts a short duration after they leave skills. Ranges and stealth however also provide vision in a larger circle. Yeah. This is good. In the scenario it shows you. The scenario, go back. I want the video to go back. Again, I gotta find it again. Give me 1 second. Alright, there it is. Yeah. You put them at a heavy cover place here. A ranger squad. And essentially they'll have a really wide amount of vision. Like they'll be able to see enemies very far away. And you essentially use them as Overwatch to see where your enemy is going. And keep tabs on enemy movement. This is good. This is good if you know how to use it right. Like if you're good with that sort of thing, this is amazing. I might actually get this. Yeah. And that's what the Eldar are. They're really, at least in Dawn of War 1, they primarily were like hit and run because they had the ability to move their bases wherever they wanted, even if they're under attack. But they changed that, so they're not really that much now. After killing 6 enemies, Silent Banshee gain a temporary shield. Oh, okay, so it counts the individual units. Yeah, this is good. Okay, for a second I thought it meant like 6 squads, but the video is actually helpful and it's showing me that if one Banshee squad kills like an Orc squad, they gain a shield. That's nice. This, in conjunction with the reflecting strike, would make, essentially, if you went early game and pushed, you'd be extremely strong with if you just got Banshees. This is essentially the same. I wouldn't recommend this as much as I would the Rangers, because I'm pretty sure Rangers are you get them faster than you get Dark Reapers. I really prefer the Ranger one. Rangers enter a focus state, removing stealth figure, increasing their attack speed against its target squad. You'd use this if you wanted to go aggressive with Reapers, or Rangers, sorry. Pretty much is what you'd do. You'd use this if you wanted to go aggressive with Rangers. That's really the only point you'd use this, I think. Increase the shield divergence. Doesn't tell me how much. Like what percentage, man? It's showing here that if they have a shield up. That's... If this video can be believed, it's actually quite substantial. I'd say by about like 50%, maybe 30, 40, 50, 40 to 50% increase. It's pretty substantial. I'd get this, I think. Yeah, they're just... That's a tactical marine squad just pelting the crap out of them, and they don't care. This would in Dire Avengers are your average infantry, so I would recommend this if you're going infantry based. Just make sure you build Dire Avengers. It's one thing to remember. Deployable energy shield. Assembly before they can be deployed. Huh. This is a mid-game ability because you have to be tier 2. But this would make your mid-game a lot stronger because you have deployable energy shields. So you can deploy anywhere you want as long as you have a bone singer. Yeah, blocks enemy movement and absorb shots. So like, essentially what you could do is do like this, form a blockade on one side and like try to force your enemy to go to another side, or just make him commit to this side and just die. And that lets you restrict enemy movement as well as being dug in. Gives you more what's the word, dang it, I'm trying to sound tactical, but at the same time I'm forgetting the words. Gives you more percentage chance that you'd win, essentially. It gives you more of an advantage, that's it. It gives you more of an advantage over your enemy. It's really nice. I recommend this. Usually all games last at tier 2 anyway, I'm pretty sure. Unless you got stomped, like extremely stomped, most games last at tier 2. And this would give you a lot of added benefit, so I think I'll take this. Well, maybe not, I'm running out of skulls. Alright. Improved screen. This is good. Blinding target means they're essentially... they can't attack you back and they can't cast any spells. And does that affect elite units? That'd be really good if it affected elite units as well. That'd be extremely good, because then your elite units can't cast spells. So yeah, I'd get that. Shadow Spectres gain to stealth temporarily when they're shield break. Yeah, but it also stops them from attacking. That essentially just lets you do like hit and run tactics, pretty much. Like when your shields break, you just run away. That's about it. That's all the. Because when you enter stealth, you can't attack, so it automatically makes you stop attacking. I don't think that's good. It's only good if you want, like as I said, you're doing hit and run tactics, which that's extremely. You know, you don't want your. If you're like in a big fight, you don't want your Shadow Spectres to just stop attacking for no reason. And that's what they'll do, because the game tells them you're in stealth, you need to stop attacking, so they're going to stop attacking. So I actually wouldn't recommend this. This could cause you to lose a match. Unless it like, there's a... I don't know, it just says that they enter stealth. I mean, it is temporary, but still, like that, the DPS is important. Let's see, what's next? This one. Plasma grenades do more damage and have reduced cooldown. This is good. Plasma grenades are always nice. Doesn't say like, I mean, I would say don't get it because it says, it doesn't say how much damage, but it does more damage and it has a reduced cooldown, so it should be worth it. It's good for, plus it's good for disruption. Grenades always are. Dire Avengers become temporarily stealth. This allows all Dire Avengers to become temporarily stealth. Or at any point in time. Oh, it's an active ability. Okay, never mind. This could let you get a drop on someone like the video showing. So yeah, that's pretty good. And you can use abilities while you're in stealth, but they will cause you to be unstealthed. As you saw, he threw a plasma grenade at him. It's pretty good. I like it. It lets you get really sneaky. Early game. It would improve your early game quite a lot. Alright, let's go vehicles. Hit by prism explode are silenced and slowed. This increases fire prism to become, I'd say, not insignificantly better at crowd control. Because fire prism was kind of weak. All it did was knock your opponents around, did it like a really minimal amount of damage. Never mind the fact that he ran right into it. And the delay is, it's not a lot, but it is like 1.5 seconds. But yes, most people have the reaction time to say, hey, maybe I should move there. But this does silence and slow them, which makes it a bit better. And if that does affect like hero units, it's pretty good because that's a decent range. Nah, it's still delayed. It's decent, I'd say. Let's see what's next. Falcon creates a barrier around that absorb shots. So it's a shield and then the barrier and then the health. That's. I'm wondering if most barriers in this game work that if you put your allied units into the shield, your units or allied units in the shield, that they'll be defended by that. That's pretty good, because then you can use these as like meat shields essentially, protecting your infantry. Because these guys don't really do a lot of damage, I don't think. Doesn't seem like it. They have a lot of. This does increase the survivability, though. Like I said, you can use these as meat shields now, if you wanted to. I'm just curious, like, what's the cooldown on the barrier? Does the barrier activate automatically, or is it like a activatable ability that has a cooldown in and of itself? That's kind of. It doesn't say that. Like, if you want a MOBA, if you want an esports game, percentages matter. They really, really do. They just do. You can't not have percentage-based stuff. You gotta explain what these things do, man. If you want to have a tactics-based game, and they made this for esports in mind you. It's obvious they did. Otherwise, why the hell would they put a turret in the freaking game? They should have percentages. Because that doesn't tell me any information. It says that it absorbs shots. How many shots does it absorb? What strength the shots can absorb until it breaks. That kind of thing. Falcons have increased speed with air combat. Don't buy this. This is useless. Increase speed while they're out of combat. That's one vehicle having increased speed when they're out of combat. Never mind the fact that Falcons aren't really good. Like, they don't do enough damage. Yeah, you got a Falcon that can take out one Orc infantry squad, but his shield's down by a quarter. So 3 Orc infantry squads could probably kill that one Falcon. And that's a decent trade-off, because the Falcon costs a lot of power, and power is hard to get. You get a lot. You get power a lot. I mean, you get requisition a lot faster than you get power. So just me throwing orc boys at that one falcon is fine. I don't care. They're orc boys. The Viper plants a device that triggers based on proximity. Slows in a circle. Doesn't do damage though. Yeah, it doesn't do damage. It also doesn't give vision, which is also a problem. Does it give vision? I mean, you just see him. Yeah, I guess give vision. Okay. This is hypothetically going to let you engage upon an enemy, but I don't know if the enemy can actually see that mine. I don't know whether or not the enemy can see that mine. Because I can see the mine. Can they see the mine? It doesn't tell me the enemy can't see the mine, so I don't know. It seems that it gives vision, even though it doesn't say that it gives vision. Seems okay. Like if you, this would let you like break off enemy units and target them really quickly. This is a good hit and run if you're going for that style or another, which I recommend because they have a lot of doctrines that excel at it. Viper misses exploding hit, causing slow and damage in a circle. Yes. The reason why I say yes is because the Viper honestly isn't. It's too. It's essentially a. It's kind of like a land speeder, but I don't think it does. No, it's essentially a land speeder with. Seems like a tank less. Does it do AoE damage? It says it does. No, yeah, it does damage in a circle. Yeah. It's not a lot of damage because I don't see like those HP bar didn't go down that much. No, it didn't seem like it went down that much. So maybe not. I don't think I would recommend this. So you want to be maximum. You have to be maximum efficient. Have maximum efficiency, sorry. With doctrines. And this isn't very efficient. This is like one vehicle has an AoE that slows and does like a tiny bit more damage. Like a little tiny bit. Extremely tiny bit. No, it's not worth it. What's this? What's the next one? Rape blades die, they grant stack bonuses to surviving squad members. Race blades. Increases damage and speed. You had to be going Wraithblade heavy. And if that's the case, then yeah, this is okay. This is pretty good. Increases damage and speed. The thing about that is as soon as you reinforce them and that goes away, I imagine. Even though it doesn't say it, I'd imagine. Yeah, it does. Imagine it does. But it seems okay. Like Wraith Blades are vehicles, essentially, or rather walkers. And anything that makes walkers stronger is good because walkers are really powerful. Causing damage in a line. How much damage does it do? Oh, it's a continuous damage. Okay. That's a pretty long time. You can use this during a large fight to restrict your enemy's movement at one point, and then like surround them the other way with like say Howling Banshees, for instance. This is pretty good. I mean, I imagine you're gonna have fire for prisms anyway, eventually. So yeah, this is decent. I like this. I like the idea of it. Gives you more control over a battle. They can either take the damage or they can move out of the way. When they move out of the way, you surround them and pick them off. Because you could do that. Fire. Okay, that's not what I want to do. Okay. At the end of a duration? I'm guessing they can't move. Huh. That's a bit, yeah, it's a bit more added crowd control. It's a bit more added crowd control. I don't see why not. You can get that. It's pretty nice. You have to remember to build them. Vipers, of course. Because if you don't build them, then none of these are worth it. If you don't build the unit that it tells you to, that this applies to, it's not worth building any of this, having any of this. You might as well just go in like blind and like just not equip anything. Alright, what's the next one? Increase speed when the shield breaks. This is another good hit and run one. But this amusingly, he's fighting against Devastator Marines with the bolters, and one of the doctrines allows you to pin vehicles with the bolters. So this is countered by that, or that counters this. The pin counters this. Doesn't matter if they move faster if you're pinned. Would I recommend it? Well, this isn't so much a recommendation now as it is just me analyzing every single one of them. So there's that. Is this worth it? I guess I should say. Break gains increased speed when the shield breaks. Not really. There are better ones. I've shown you them. Like this one's good. This one's good at all stages of the game because becoming invulnerable is extremely good. Like you build up a lot of Howling Banshees, then they just become invulnerable and then they just kill people. And then you add this when they, after each one kills like a squad, then they get a temporary shield. And then you just for Overwatch. Increase health and do bonus damage. Generate health and that can use relocate in tier 1. Discuss faster, reduce ability kill time. This is good. This is the tactic I was talking about earlier, where you could just relocate your buildings whenever you want. This allows you to become and it casts faster and has lower cooldown. Yeah, look how fast that was. This allows you to be really shifty. You just keep relocating your portals and just do hit and run tactics all freaking game, like all game, and you just crush your enemy with it. Yeah, that's good. Grant stealth to self in circle. This is good. This allows you to essentially this combined with this allows you to just do massive stealth ambushes, and then like combine it with let's see, you can use it this as well. Shadow step. Yeah, because then you're making your own stealth cover, and that's not as that's not as useless now. So I apologize. I rescind my remark, but you'd have to be using this combined with that, otherwise yes, that is still useless. But yeah, these are the my thoughts on the Eldar doctrines. My analysis of each one of them. I think I've got all of them. I'm pretty sure I did. Seems like it did. Yeah, I did. Okay. And this is always nice. This is extremely good. This is good when combined with this. Because I'm pretty sure it's to self and in a circle, which means that it does it to allied units as well. So if you're Eldar, you can just relocate your webway and then do like a massive stealth push or stealth ambush, which is really nice. So yeah, these are my recommendations, or not recommendations anymore, more of analysis. I mean, it's still I'm recommending things, but I'm also now analyzing them. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Everman 22. See you guys later.